Hello, hello.
For example, you stay on check that whether the vaccine will work on it or not. What you will do is that in this particular plate, you will grow the cell, you will give vaccine, and then you put the virus. And then you'll see that whether the virus is killing the cells or not. If the cells are not killed, the vaccine is good. If the cells are getting killed, the vaccine is not working. That's why it is a continuous research, and it takes years and years to make a vaccine. Okay, and this vaccine is produced in these kind of special labs, which are known as BSL-4 labs. In India, there are only 2 or 3 labs. You'll be surprised to know that the suit that this is wearing, we have shown a real suit of Pragya Yadav. Can you just guess the price of this suit? 2000. The price of the suit is 16 lakhs. And it is not manufactured in India, it is imported from Germany. Okay, and what is the beauty of this suit is nothing can come inside the suit, it goes outside. So if you are wearing that BSL-4 lab, you cannot breathe if you don't have that oxygen pipes that is shown there. Okay, so for example, if you need to go from this end of the room to that end of the room, you have to go a little bit. The pipes are attached to a central pipeline. You have to go, you have to dismantle, then you have to take a deep breath. Okay, then like when you swim, no, when you are underwater, you take a deep breath, go deep, come up. So here also the same thing. You have taken taken the oxygen, you walk around, take a pipe, insert it, and then breathe again. If there is a you have carbon fixation in your body, and you may die, or you may have a fatality. So they are working with that kind of a tension. Like for example, and whenever they are entering, they have to take bath for 2 to 3 times. Water bath, soap bath, chemical bath, and then they can enter. Whenever they're coming out, the same thing is happening. So these things goes on for producing one vaccine vial, and we feel that it is a simple thing. Okay, that is the beauty that goes on.
So, how many people are wearing these suits like normally?
Only extremely specialized people are allowed in this BSL-4 labs. They are the harbor of all the deadly viruses. Whatever deadly virus come, they go into these kind of labs for testing. Okay, so only extremely experienced and
So we were not equipped when the virus
yes, we were equipped.
No, we had these suits and all already in India. Or
Yes,
they got
yes.
them afterwards?
India's BSL-4 was developed before the China's one was
Oh, God.
developed.
That's
Our
great.
government has been, giving a lot of funding for R&D,
Yes.
and that has helped in the creation of this BSL-4 lab. Fortunately, that lab came into focus because of Corona, but we were already prepared. I'm going to show you something. Just remind me at the end section. Then you will understand the beauty of this BSL-4 lab.
So
Okay.
how many BSL-4 labs are there
Only
in
2 or 3.
Where are they?
One is in Bhopal, another is NIV, another one was coming up, I think, in Hyderabad, right? But I don't know the exact status now. 2 is there, but it is extremely costly, extremely secretive. You are not allowed to enter into it. You are not allowed to enter into the vicinity of it. If it is a BSL-4 lab, within 100 meters you won't enter. Okay, it is under Z plus security.
Because it is a biohazard.
Yeah, biohazard thing. Another thing you must see here, this one. Check this one. What is written there? Covaxin. This is the first vial which was made by Bharat Biotech, and then it was given to NIV to test whether the vaccine is effective or not.
This
So-
is the first Indian doctor.
No. What I'm saying is that the lab has prepared the
Yes,
vaccine. They have given to Bharat Biotech. Bharat Biotech prepared the sample. Sir, this is my sample. They have given back to this NIV people. NIV people tested it again on those plates to check whether the vaccines are working or not. When they said tick mark, then only we got the vaccine. So that is the significance of that. This is the first one. Please come. So these are the vaccine developmental stages, as we have just explained. And after the vaccine has been developed, then the most important thing that comes is known as trials. Trials means the trial takes place in animals, then the trial takes place in humans. If the animal part is okay, then only it is given to humans. Okay, but before pandemic, we never have heard about trial thing. Might be somebody has heard, but most of them haven't heard what trial is all about. Now also there are many questions. What trials are there? These are the real trial volunteers we have interviewed. Okay, they have narrated their experience, right? What the trial is all about and how they have done, what doctors have done. So it is said that if anything happens, if you get an opportunity to go for trial, go for it. Okay. Now, once you have the vaccines and all this thing, the vaccine is in the lab. So the lab means, for example, there are 5 vaccines, but we need 5 crore vaccines. How we scale up? Okay, lab to industry. So the lab to industry is done by these kind of special equipments which are known as bioreactors. Okay, we have got these bioreactors are extremely costly. Like we have got a bioreactor at Serum Institute of India, and Bharat Biotech. They have the bioreactors in it, and these bioreactors can produce 24 lakh vaccines per day. So, yeah, we have scaled it quite low because one bioreactor is maybe 3 man height. Okay, 6,000 liters of that vaccine material is producing 24 lakh vaccine per day. And
At each installation, like at Bharat Biotech, at Serum Institute.
yes,
So how
What
many
about the
they've
other
got?
pharma companies?
sorry,
Like biologically, do they also have these reactors?
all manufacturing units have to have a bioreactor, but the scale is important. For example, what happens is that if you have got many small bioreactors, now I'll just narrate a small story that you can put up. These kind of bioreactors are known as single-use bioreactor. Now, what is this single-use bioreactor? Single-use means inside this bioreactor they put a bag. Okay, like a dustbin, the dustbin at home, we put a bag inside, and then when it is filled up, we throw the bag, not the dustbin. Similar is the bioreactor. Earlier, what happened is that the bioreactor worked as a unit where we used to put up all the chemicals. So what happened is that the cleaning has become a problem. You have created it, and then 3-4 days goes for cleaning the thing. Here you have the bag, you do all the experiments there, and you take out the bag, and you take out the thing ready for the next run. So that's why it is called single-use bioreactor. It's an innovative concept that was introduced during COVID that led to the production of vaccine at pandemic speed. Like
Bioreactor is manufactured where?
outside, ABEC company they are using. You can see that CSR. CSR is the same company that they are using. Serum has used it. There are many companies which are using it,
What
but
price would it be? Like
I think the price of a bioreactor is 3-4 crores one bioreactor. Yeah, that is the usual price that
and
is
that
given.
plain bag you're saying, no, which are replacing that will also be
It is in
costly.
few lakhs.
Few lakhs.
Few lakhs.
Again,
We have no idea what kind of costing has gone into the production of
where
this
they
vaccine.
disposed for like
No, it is not. It is autoclaved. Like the
autoclave? The bag is
autoclave.
autoclaved.
Yeah,
Then
totally
reused.
autoclave. No, and then it is discarded.
Then this-
Any material,
Yes.
it has to be autoclaved, germ free, and then burned, or they have got a set protocol that they follow in order to dispose of. Because otherwise, those harmful materials may cause havoc again. Leaking of viruses from the lab. So, leaking of the viruses from the industry will happen.
and the
Correct?
bioreactors, they're like by humans or it's by robots or what?
No, human. You can see that whenever you complete, I have completed the tour. If you have time, go through this thing. We have shot it at Serum Institute of India. Inside Serum Institute of India, you don't have access to these kind of videos. So there they have shown that how this is like the lab, the filling up is going on. Yeah, the final filling is going on. So you can spend some time. It is 2-3 minutes video, but we have captured this entire story that you are asking about bioreactors and how it is done. That we have shown it here. Okay, please come. Here, as we all know, that we have done the largest vaccination drive in India. World's largest vaccination drive is done, and here we have shown it in phases, like the phases that government has said. First is the healthcare workers, doctors in frontline, and all this thing. Most importantly, you can see a aeroplane model out there that signifies that vaccine diplomacy that we did, vaccine Maitri. We have given vaccine to more than 100 countries, medicines to more than 150 countries, and which has given us a good lead for the future. So vaccine can also help in diplomacy. Vaccine can also destroy the economy, help the economy. All this thing came into fore in this pandemic. Like how a pandemic can be a game changer, that thing came into here. Okay, please. As you all know, since you are all from media, so you know that what are the areas, remote areas we have covered, and for covering this entire thing you need this. Okay, these are all specialized boxes that can keep the temperature of the vaccine between 2 to 8. That is very important because if it crosses 8, all the vaccine is wasted.
There was a thing, no, that vaccine.
Yes.
They need like temperature is different, and the Serum Institute, the imported
No.
ones are different.
No, Covishield, Covaxin all need 2 to 8 degree only. But in case of Moderna, the mRNA vaccine, they need minus 70s or 80. That's why it is not applicable for our country, because you cannot keep minus 70 or 80 degree. Correct? And so finally, when all this is happening, like we are showcasing the real vaccine vials that has been used on patients, like not patients, on us itself. And then we have collected them, we have displayed them to show that every nook and corner we have touched in this story. Okay, but pandemic is still there in a form of endemic, and that's why we say that living with pandemic, like living with COVID. So, in living with COVID, like in a very nutshell part, like you compare these set of stories with these set of stories, and it's self-explanatory. So what is happening is that from pandemic you are entering into an endemic situation. There will be some persons still now who will be infected, but most of them has become in a normal situation. We are not wearing the mask, correct? So we are in this state, but earlier we used to be in this state. A simple thing. And so when all this thing happened, this was happened because of the innovations that India took place. Like this is a robot. Okay, it doesn't look like a robot, but it is a robot where UV lamps were put up into it. And what happened is that it used to move on its own. Like for example, inside the hospital wards, what happened is that you just program it, it enters into the hospital ward, it sterilizes the entire thing, and then everybody is going. So these kind of things are happening. The testing kits, the PPE kits. India is now the world's second largest producer of PPE kits in no time. That has given a lot of prestige to our country. Like people are now believing that we can do something. These are some of the kits that you can cover it up if you need to. But these are the extremely important kits that has been used. Like this is a ventilator which has been manufactured in Kashmir. Sir. Yeah, please enter from that side. You are entering the last section. From the left. This part is what I was talking about, that BSL4 lab. Just cover this part. These are the diseases that can become a pandemic in near future according to WHO. We are expecting another pandemic to hit us soon, anytime soon, because of our lifestyle.
Could you explain that? Okay, newly emerging.
Yeah, newly and emerging diseases. Like these are the thing. Re-emerging means it was subsided, but again coming up. Newly emerging means it was not there, but it is being reported. Scientists are saying there might be some disease which we don't know, that is known as disease X. Disease X. So what happened is that we all have felt the scourge of this pandemic. No, so everybody is scared. Like if the next pandemic comes, then how we are going to survive? Correct? And for that we have taken up a mission which is known as 100 days mission. It is said that in future, within 100 days, we can create a vaccine. Earlier vaccine was produced in 10 years. In pandemic, it is produced in less than 1 year. Now we are planning to produce it in less than 100 days. So this is the way the science is moving. That's why we need, full cooperation is needed. We need more scientists. We need more brains to come into it. And here the media comes into play. If you feel that new youngsters should know more about it, should get motivated about it, they can really come down to this. If you are interested, there is one table out there near the pillar where all the research papers are kept. Like for example, somebody is interested in research, but Google is, I'll say it is full of misinformation. You Google something and some popular pages comes up. Research pages don't come. So for example, by your report, a student wanted to know more about it. They can go to that table. So for serious people, there. For kids, we have some games. For people like you, there is a general exhibition. So this is a story we wanted to tell through this exhibition. I hope it suffices.
This exhibition would be open till when?
6 months. It is a traveling exhibition, and this exhibition will cover each and every part of the country.
How you mean traveling? You're taking in a
Yeah, everything will be dismantled.
here.
Yeah.
Today?
No, after 6 months. It will stay for 6
after
months.
6 months, right?
After 6 months, we will dismantle it. Yes. Just a minute. हाँ सत्यजीत, जस्ट मैं वहीं पे हूँ, मैं एक ग्रुप को मैं आ रहा हूँ।
So you're talking about these diseases.
Yeah.
So these diseases are more or less yellow fever, whatever, HIV. So they're already there.
Yes.
They exist.
Yes.
So how do you mean? So you want to say that they're going to manifest in a different form?
Extremely good question. During COVID, you have heard about mutation.
Yes.
What is Omicron XBB? It is mutating. The moment the virus comes more and more in contact with more people, it mutates, it changes its characters. You have the medicine for we don't have the medicine for HIV. Now imagine the HIV thing again changes. Then what? Then where will go?
So when you're talking about the newly emerging diseases, it is talking about the kind of mutation, the virus.
Yes, very much. For example, now, very sorry to say that, excuse me, they are entering through wrong side. Excuse me,
You have to go from the other side.
go from that
This
side.
is the
This
exit.
last part.
Okay.
Yeah. So, sorry. What was the question? I just.
So we were talking about this disease. You said that manifest. If it's HIV, there's no cure.
We don't have care,
Right.
and just think that it has changed, it has mutated. Then what to do?
Recently, I was at the CGHS center. Just happened to be there. So I said, what vaccine? So right now the vaccine drive has been stopped. We are not. Nobody's getting vaccinated.
It's all depends on a fatigue is coming in.
Right.
That is one part, and second is that a pseudo confidence is there that I am protected. But it is always said that you can imagine the kind of science that goes into making this correct. So if scientists are saying booster is needed, that means there is a reason. So if you are not taking it, you are playing with fire. You may burn your hands or you may burn yourself. That is your choice. But whether booster is needed or not, that is said by the scientists that yes, booster is needed. Now choice is yours. Like for example, during pandemic, you said that I won't take vaccine. Nobody can force you. But the thing is that you have taken it because you are feeling that this is the only way to survive.
Yes.
That is the thing.
So even adding to this question, Poonawalla recently said, Aadhar Poonawalla, that there is around 100 million vaccine prevention doses wastage. It worth around, I think, 2,500 crore.
Yes.
And this is basically due to this shelf life, like there is certain 9 to 12 months shelf life. So how do you see, is there any mechanism that the shelf life can be increased, or what has been the flaw in this case? Why has...
Number one is my strong opinion, this is my personal opinion, is the way media has created an awareness during pandemic because of many reasons or because of many new stories that came in. Now it is not covered in such intensity. So what happens is that a layman, how many person can come to an exhibition like this? And you can see that we have made bilingual, Hindi, English, so that a common man can understand. We have using Braille, so that a common man can understand. Media has got the strongest role to play. We strongly believe it. If you can motivate, people will come in. Any medicine has got an expiry date, is it not? Excuse me.
This is the exit.
Exit, you have to enter from that side. Yeah. So any medicine, if you say it is important, people believe you. We are not people don't know us. People know you, your columns. If you think that this is important, like you are saying about doses, you cannot keep it for a long time, no, because these are all sensitive chemicals and you cannot put poison into yourself. Otherwise, people will die, fatal cases will come in, like the similar that cough syrup came, no? That Gambia and something, whatever happened. Anything can happen at any point of time. Unless people are aware, then nothing can be solved.
So you have said that the time period that is required in order to make a vaccine has reduced enormously. And this is claimed that now 100 days will only be taken to
It is expected, yes.
expected. So how do you think that is feasible? Is it because of the brainstorming or the successive
okay.
developments?
Let me give a simple story. Okay. For example, a teacher can understand by taking 2-3 classes the level of the students. Is it not? Like who will be the future toppers? You can make it out very easily by taking say 1 month of class. Similarly, there are 25 viral families. There are 25 families of virus that infect us. We are making the technology against them up to a level. So we are ready with that 25 platforms. Anything that is coming, we'll just check that it belongs to which platform. We accelerate that part. Earlier, we don't have that thing. So you have got 25 candidates. Like thankfully we have just 25 viral candidates. We know that there are 25 characters, 25 types. We have grouped them, and then whoever is hitting me, I just focus all my energy on that platform, leaving the rest. So that's why it is possible.
But when we had like his 100 days, like earlier, the human testing, then the animal testing.
That part is only remaining.
So that is remaining. So would 100 days be sufficient? Like for
It all depends on the testing that we have done now. In the overlapping of the thing, we know that the platform is most important. Like you have a new office and you have a established office. So the time that is saved, here is the time. So according to them, like the mRNA that is being produced now, it is said that mRNA can be a very quick vaccine. That's why so much effort is going on, because you know the gene, you have the gene, you put it up and you get it.
we've also met some startups, from IIT. I met. They were here at Delhi only, at the Atal incubation thing. So they have developed a chip where instead of the time is about 24 to 36 hours where they get the information. So that kind of thing, is it going to escalate,
Definitely, because people have understood that this is a field. Like, for example, you are into the field of journalism because you feel that you can connect better to the people and people will listen to you, may whatever comes. Similarly, the youngsters don't know that which career is going to proliferate in future. If they think that they are into a field that is going to be in demand for next 100 years, obviously they will come and new things will come up. Like the IT revolution, it is the genomic revolution.
One more question, when this virus appeared, so 2020, right?
Yes.
So that time we had this Auto Expo. We had it in Greater Noida. So when we were there, so the Chinese were missing. They are not attended, because the virus had already come to China, and India airports were taking care, but some people were taking those pills, whatever tablets, and they were not getting the virus. Means that the temperature was not being detected.
Yes.
So now when you say it's going to hit us again, so do you think it's going to hit all over the world at the same time?
No. You can see the map where it is said that there are some areas which are going to be affected more, and then from here it can spread.
So, could you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, I am SS Ghosh, Shubhashankar Ghosh, curator of this particular. Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you
We'll
very
just have a break, sir.
Yeah.